Story of the Fight listeners, we have some special content for you today. Thank you for joining us. In case this is your first time joining us, this is Story of the Fight. My name is Romero. It's my boy Will.
Hello.
And this is where we talk everything combat sports. In this case, though, there's no MMA on this upcoming Sunday, right? Or at least no UFC on this upcoming Sunday. So we put a poll out there, Will. What was that poll?
Put out the poll. First, it was what kind of episode do you want to see with no fights this weekend? Rewatch a classic card or recap a classic card, rewatch a classic fight. Ramiro watches Star Wars
I'm glad
and
that one
reviews
didn't
it.
win.
Yeah,
I'm really glad that one didn't win.
put that on the back burner. But rewatch a classic fight one. And then let's see, did a second poll of which classic fight should we watch. Right, so we had some new ones, we had some old ones. We had Israel Adesanya versus Kelvin Gastelum.
Mm-hmm.
We had Conor McGregor versus Nate Diaz 2. We had Fedor Emelianenko versus Mirko Krokop from Pride
Yep.
Final Conflict. Shogun versus Hendo from UFC 139. And Nick Diaz versus Takanori Gomi from Pride 33.
That would have been fun too.
Would have been fun too. All fun fights. All great
Yeah.
fights. Conor McGregor versus Nate Diaz 2-1. So
Not surprising.
not surprising.
Not surprising.
Gastelum versus Izzy was number 2. Mirko was close behind. Mirko versus Fedor. Then Shogun versus Hendo. Then Nick Diaz versus Takanori Gomi was last.
And Phil Baroni.
Phil Baroni. Shout out Phil
Hey,
Baroni.
yes, and that poll was on YouTube.
Mhm.
Now, in case you don't subscribe to us on YouTube, but you'd still like to listen, you got Spotify, Breaker, Podcast Radio Public, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Anchor FM, a lot of different platforms where you can find Story of the Fight, and then social media.
Yeah, it's at Story of the Fight on Instagram and Twitter and TikTok and everywhere. Story of the Fight everywhere. Reddit.
Seriously, couldn't have been any easier, though. Like, it's the same handle everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere.
We lucked out.
No excuses.
No excuses. So, since we are going to cover Nate Diaz versus Conor McGregor 2, how is this going to work? We're going to go ahead and play it over here, Will. You're going to have the ticker on your side, right? So if anybody wants to...
Right here is going to be the clock, this little square. And so that way you can sync it up, watch it with us, make it easy.
Easy peasy. It's almost like a fight companion, but for an older fight.
Yeah, exactly.
In a way.
And right? I haven't watched this fight in years.
Oh, it's been so long.
It's crazy how time flies.
It
still feels like a recent fight to me.
Watching it up here on the screen, and I feel kind of excited.
I know, it's been a long time.
Like I know what the result is, and I'm like, I can't wait to start this.
Yeah.
All right, let's get it going, man.
Get into it. Cool. So we'll start here. Big John is about to clap him on. Like I said, right here, you'll have the clock. So here we go.
About to clap.
Round one.
Let's do this. By the way, just watching the classic Nate Diaz stance and the way he walks out always gets me so pumped, man.
Yeah,
like almost
it's crazy
like
to see
flexing.
Yeah, it's crazy to see the different style of Conor already throwing way more kicks than he's thrown like recently. You know?
Oh yeah, I mean
that laid back stance instead of heavy forward.
I think we knew that was going to be one of the things that he was really going to do. Right, is start going for the leg a lot more
against Nate.
Yeah, well, I mean, the Diaz brothers in general are just notorious for not checking any kicks, really, and just eating them.
Yeah, I mean, he was so, but Conor back then, man, he was so kick heavy in his game, and nowadays it's just not really there anymore. He's just trying to box, you know.
Look at that.
This is crazy too, because a lot of people thought it was a fluke, right? That Nate came in on short notice, beat him the first time. I mean, those outside leg kicks are nasty.
Yep.
And shout out Mike Goldberg.
A little bit of that karate stance too from Conor.
Well, that's the thing, yeah, more laid back, right? Not heavy on the front leg. I mean, he kind of took
feint the kick to like close the distance and come in with a punch, but like just with that karate stance, he's just able to hop out of the way so quickly.
Yeah. Little hook kick to the leg to a body kick from Nate.
Yeah, you could tell over here he's just kind of feeling them out and trying to figure out a way to kind of get some shots in.
Yeah.
Nate, Nate never been a huge kicker, really.
No, kind of
You know,
throws him
so
lazy a little bit.
yeah.
A big
I think
left
more
hand there from Connor.
more than anything, he throws him to like just say, "Hey, I'm mixing it up." You know.
Yeah,
Oh, that's the
sits him
first
down.
shot landed by Connor where he sits him down. Now, later on, Nate Diaz goes on to say that he wasn't really hurt by
He was
these at all.
pulling the Verdum, right, trying to get him in his guard. Yeah,
Yes,
We'll
I don't know
yeah,
how much I believe that and how valid that might be, but
yeah. Man, if Connor started implementing these types of leg kicks back in his game, though, it's such a big, it's such an extra facet because they're nasty, man. He throws kicks so well.
do you think part of
That
it's the fact that
uppercut
he
to the
might be a
body,
little scared of being taken down?
maybe, but I doubt that's what he was worried about with Dustin. You know?
Very true. Very true. Well, I mean, Connor's left hand, man.
Yeah,
It's just so fast, right down the middle.
and he's excellent at like finding range with it instantly,
Yup.
so like he doesn't really have to establish it.
Well, he's got that
Nate's
long
legs
reach.
already beat up first round.
Oh yeah, look at his thigh.
Yeah, big
That
left
left
hand there from
again.
Connor again. Dude,
It's
that
just so
outside
explosive.
leg kick is crazy. I forgot how many he landed in this fight.
Oh, I mean, Nate gets in
Nice.
a quick little right himself.
Yeah. Tries to slap him, gets caught.
Nate has so much scar tissue, man, that just like he starts getting caught
Yeah.
even a little bit, and you see a little bit of swelling around his right eye already.
hmm
His nose is all red, and
Another big leg kick.
it's just inevitable for Nate at this point in his career. You know, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's gonna get busted up. Oh,
That
nice hook.
combo there, the right hook to the body to throw the left hand
Yep.
up top is so good. That's how
I
Nate
miss
checked the leg
prime.
kick.
I miss prime Conor McGregor.
It was fun.
It was. It was fun while it lasted.
Yeah.
I still think he'd do really well against Machine Gun Kelly if they actually went head to head. Look at
Oh, another big left hand. Nate just kind of moves right into it.
one thing that we got to appreciate, man, is Nate's chin,
Oh, always.
right?
Always.
Because even in this first round, he ate some big shots from Connor.
hmm
Again, that big left, we saw what it did to Eddie Alvarez and a bunch of other
Another one.
people. But yeah, I mean, he just ate that other left. Ooh, heavy
The
leg
leg
kick.
kick buckles him. Well, because he times it perfectly right when right when Nate tries to throw the punch, that's when Connor lands it, and he's planting on it, right? He's full weight on the leg. Nate just walks him down.
Connor resets and walks away. Yeah, the way Nate stares at him as he walks him down is hilarious. Whoa,
The
slow
slowest
motion.
spinning hook kick ever from Nate.
Hey, by the way, can we also celebrate the fact that Rich, the casual, is watching a fight with us right now
Yeah, I know. Another
in the
big left and a
background?
right hook from
Shout out,
Connor.
Rich. Another shot to the body. And then, man, that's another thing. Again, like I said, we got to appreciate Nate's chin, but the other thing is his stamina, right?
Always, yeah. Two things you can count on out of Nate. You know, taking
Which is his
shots,
stamina and being
taking
able
shots
to
and
take
stamina.
shots,
Yeah,
eating leg kicks,
even leg kicks, slapping people. The
slapping
jab is
people.
money. The 1-2 is the way he throws his 1-2, where it's like he's already throwing the two before the one lands. So it's like you almost feel safe. Like, all right, I ate the one, but then it's like, oh no, the two's right there.
I
You
mean,
can't get
Connor
ready for
landed
the
some
two.
solid shots, man.
Yeah, and I think in this next round he drops him again, right? Drops him twice, maybe. Because I
I want to say he
remember
drops him 3 times this fight.
one of the things I remember specifically was in the middle of the second round being like, "This is not looking good for my boy Nate."
Is that Gilbert Melendez?
Yeah, the
El
Scrap Pack Jake
Nino in
Shields
the
back there.
background? Dang. The
All
crew.
right, we got round 2 coming up here.
Look at Connor still looks like he was very efficient that first round, not breathing too heavily. That was something that he
Yeah,
was very smart with this fight compared to the first one. He just tried to unload so much on that first in that first fight. So definitely learned his lesson there.
yeah.
Coming out more patient, picking his shots a little bit more.
Good
There he
check
goes
there
again
by
with the leg
Nate.
kicks. Yeah. Oh, another solid
Lifted
leg
his leg
kick.
that time. Nice right hook though from Nate. I mean, at this point, Nate still looks like he kind of hasn't really like found his footing. Big
There he
left
goes.
hand
It
from
gets dropped
Conor
again.
dropped him. That one dropped him. That's a drop. The first one, yeah, maybe he sat on it, but that one's a
I
knockdown.
don't know, man. I mean, the first one when they showed the slow motion replay, it almost looks like his footing was a little off right when he got caught with that left, which caused him to.
And here's Conor drops him again up against the fence.
Yep.
He's trying to
You
get
see
him
his
into his guard.
nose. Nate's nose already really busted up. Oh,
Yeah. Scoots over, lands an up kick against his chest.
see Connor again. You see him breathing really easily,
Little jab to the
like in the
body from
feints,
Conor.
man. And the jab.
That jab to the body is almost just to set up the counter so that you can counter it. You don't really throw the jab to the body like that unless you're trying to get them to throw the hook as a counter, and then they're going to throw the hook as a counter, so that's what you're really preparing for when you throw the jab to the body.
Look at that. And you see Nate expecting the leg kick a lot more because right now when Connor was feigning the jab, right, you saw Nate lift his leg up a little bit, almost in
Yeah.
anticipation.
He's like,
And I
please don't
mean
kick my
that's what
leg.
that does to you, right?
Yeah. And he tries to slap him.
Well, there's a shot of Kavanaugh, huh? Back in the day when people used to think he was a good coach.
Yeah. And we realized it
Little
was
did
just
we
Connor.
know. Fast forward to Johnny Walker now.
See, that's where the difference maker, though, is Nate making Connor miss on those big swings. That's where things start to change later on. Nate just
And
walking
see,
him down, making him. And that's the thing. Nate
there's
and
that
Nick
hook
both,
to the body.
he's getting Connor to throw a lot, but he's still just walking him down and making him fight at a pace that he knows Connor can't stay at. Right? He's forcing Connor to continue to throw, knowing that will just slow him down. I mean, he's
God,
taking
that left's
obvious
so
damage, though.
fast.
You know?
Oh yeah.
But he almost baits people into thinking like, oh, I'm cracking this guy. I'm just going to keep doing this, you know?
By the way, did you see Nick Diaz talking about how he wants Usman?
Yeah, classic. Classic Nick trying to come out of retirement for a title fight.
After he gets beat by Robbie Lawler, he's like, man, I really need a shot at the title.
Yeah. And you can already see
was a nice
Connor's taking
counter
a lot
right.
bigger, deeper breaths here from Connor.
Yeah.
Good jab there. Good left there. Connor's accuracy is crazy, but there he gets stung swinging wild by Nate.
Yeah, and you see the big difference, right? Where
Good
that
leg
left
kick.
is looping versus when it's just a straight left down the middle.
Yeah. And here it is.
Look,
I mean,
now we have
he's
Nate walking him
tired.
down.
You know, because Nate continues. Oh, a big right hand from Nate too. Another right hand because he just keeps doing this, and it's like, fuck. Now I have to throw back, and you're exhausted.
Oh, there he goes, another right.
Yeah,
And it's just nonstop
big
pressure.
combo. And here's Connor just trying to leave. Connor's trying to get out.
Wow. Okay. And man, the thing with Nate Diaz too is
Knee.
he could start. He smells blood immediately.
Yeah, I mean, he's just really good at once he sets that rhythm and you're exhausted, he just doesn't let you breathe and he just lands over and over and over again.
And even if it's just peppering you with small shots, see, like those right there.
And
Not
then
the
that
hardest
big
shots
right
in the world,
hand.
but look at that. It's just nonstop. And
It's
this
crazy
is where
how
I
different
thought some of Nate's best work came in this fight was the clinch work up
on the
against the
clinch.
fence.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I mean, those hooks to the body to set up the up top against the fence too. Big left. Just forcing you to work constantly. And that's what's crazy about this. Go ahead. It's one of those things it's crazy because this round is the first half is a clear Connor, second half is a clear Nate, but Nate didn't drop him, so you probably give it to Connor, right?
Exactly.
But I mean, if you watch the second half of this round, you'd be like, "Damn, Connor got his ass beat that round," you know?
Yep.
But that's not how you score fights. Crazy round though. That's a fantastic round.
Nate walking away with his flex.
Because I mean, at this point, based off their first fight, right? This is where Nate wins. Is when Connor starts to get get deflated and he's gassed, and Nate can really start putting the pressure on like he did in the first one, right? As soon as Conor got tired, Nate put it on him and he quit, right? So at this point, Nate's probably thinking, I got this in the bag. He's exhausted. He's about to quit. Just got to keep
Yep.
applying the pressure.
Is that Richard Perez?
I remember.
See, I mean,
Yeah.
right there where they show the replay, he gets caught with the left,
Mm-hmm.
hits him like right behind the jaw, right under his ear.
Yeah.
You definitely
And that
see
one's
him get a
straight.
little wobbly.
The straight knocks him down well. But
That
then
was
it's just
Conor a little off balance.
well, it's easy to get him off balance because his legs are. I mean, he's trying to hold himself up and he's exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I remember seeing this right coming out in the third round and thinking, okay, now Conor's looking a little more tired. You could see it in his face. You could see it when he sat down.
I remember the last time I watched it, or when I watched it live,
nice
I was hoping
Look at
that they were going to stop the fight in this round. There's a moment in this round where I thought they could have stopped it, but they didn't. I mean, much more labored, even just the movement from Conor, right?
Yep. And that kick too, did you see?
Yeah.
I like how he started mixing in the lead elbows though in the beginning of the round. Again,
Well,
just giving
because
Nate something else to think about too.
well, not just that, because Nate's pressuring hard. He's right in his face, so that elbow's a quick one you can sneak it in, And then Nate's pointing at him saying, "You're fucking tired." The 1-2 is brutal, man. That 1-2 is cracking.
Yep. There we go again. The clinch work up against the fence.
Yeah. There's a moment in this fight, in this round, I think, where he was beating the brakes off him up against the fence. And I thought that for sure they were going to stop it.
See, nice job there from Conor, fighting for the underhooks. He was able to get him turned back around and get Nate up against the fence. But the thing with Conor is that takes a lot of energy too.
Exactly. Yeah.
That takes a lot of energy too. Well, what did he have to give up to be able to gain that position? And then he gave up the position shortly after.
Right away. I mean, you're not going to out-grapple Nate even against the fence. Not Conor, at least,
Yep.
You turn him around and you disengage, right? If you can. Easier said than done.
Ooh.
Nice little right hand off the break. Ooh, big left, though,
very
from
nice
Conor.
moment from Conor. Very nice moment from Conor.
Good leg kick. Big left hand.
So quick.
But Nate rolled with that one a lot better.
For sure.
He was evading that one. This is where my bias
Another
comes
thing
out
I think about too, though, is because judges, when they take a look at damage, and you take a look at Conor's face right now versus a Nate's,
yeah,
right?
But they don't. They look at that, someone turning their back and walking away. But it's not damage. You're right.
Yeah. See, look, this is what
They
people
just
love
walking
about
him
Nate. Walking him down, raising his hands, and talking shit to Conor as he's walking him down. And here we go again. Clinch work up against the fence.
Nice uppercut.
I would have loved to see Nate try to do this a little bit more in that first round. And granted, I know Conor had a lot more energy that first round. He did a way better job of getting in and out. So
his
it made
movement
it harder.
And footwork is much better, right?
Yes. When he had more energy.
Yeah.
When look at that Dylan Dennis in the background too.
I know, just offering no help.
He's like, tag me on your next Instagram post.
Yeah, please.
I need to get more followers.
My brand is
When's
dying.
the last time he fought? My brand is dying. Did ever?
It's when he got rear
come
naked choked by that security guard at the bar.
Oh, the classic. That's so funny.
So here's Conor holding Nate against, but then it gets turned around right when I say it. And Nate's just doing a much better job of making Conor feel the weight here too,
This fight was at 170 bullets.
I mean, here's Conor literally running away from him.
Right?
170, but yeah, basically 155ers without a weight cut.
Catches him with that right.
I mean, Conor just literally running away, just exhausted. Good leg kick from Conor. Yeah. And at this point, Nate's now outstruck him, right? He's overcome that gap.
And I mean, that was an obvious plan, Don't sit there and trade with Nate and waste a bunch of energy going back and forth. Like when you feel a little too much pressure coming on, see if you can just, run away real quick.
Oh,
look at that.
Nice 1-2 with the high kick from Nate. Another right hand. Dude, when Nate finds his rhythm, he's so accurate everything he throws, he's landing. Nice little 1-2. Another 2.
You really
And
see
they
Conor get
engage against the
tested, man,
cage.
in this round.
Yeah, dude. I mean, he's fucking
Look at
exhausted.
that. Oh, little rabbit punches from Nate up against the
Yeah.
fence. He starts
This is where I
throwing.
thought they
Oh,
might stop
man.
it. This flurry from Nate is crazy, man. I mean, Connor's just eating these shots.
Yep. And now Connor's the one that's reaching from, like, even though he's up against the fence, he's the one that's
Yeah.
trying to clinch up against Nate, you know?
And Nate just with the head position. And another right hand.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I take it back. Definitely don't stop it in this round. That was just my wishful thinking back when it was live. Another big knee
Oh,
from Nate. I mean, he's beating the shit out of him.
clear round for Nate.
I mean, a 10-8 nowadays, right? Connor did nothing but land a couple leg kicks, run away, get lit up against the fence.
Look at
Right?
McCarthy
That's a 10-8.
just staring at him as he walks away, like, just making
Yeah.
sure.
That's a 10-8, right?
Man, that's a tough one. That's a
What did
tough
Connor
one.
do?
He didn't do much.
I mean, leg kicks,
I mean, but man,
couple
I
left
think
hands.
especially during this time,
Oh, yeah.
you pretty
Back
much
then, not a
damn near
10-8.
had to kill somebody
Yeah.
to get a 10-8.
Yeah. Back then,
Look,
definitely not. That's what I'm saying. But scoring now, I feel like that's got to be it. I mean, look how
look at
tired he
Connor's
is.
breathing right here. Yeah. So I remember seeing this and just thinking like, oh, it's done. It's done. He's gonna come out
Yeah.
in this fourth round and it's over. Nate's gonna come through with the pressure, throw a couple more combos. Dude, seriously, taking a look at that last combo up against the fence, he needed to land maybe one or two solid shots to the body
Yeah.
and go back upstairs, and it might have been a different outcome.
Yeah.
Look at Nate. Oh, you see that acknowledgement from Connor right there too? Nate looks
It's
at
like,
him, stares him
yeah.
down, and Connor just gives him a little nod, like, "Yeah, man, we're in this. We're fighting.
Yeah. All right.
Good
Round
fight, dude. Good fight."
4. Round 4. And this is the one that this was the ended up being the fight or the round, right? The deciding round.
So, how did you have this score? The first round you gave to Connor
First 2 rounds are Connor. Third round, Nate.
because of the drop.
Clearly.
Third round, Nate. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The knockdown. I mean, the second half of the second round was all Nate, but he got dropped. So, I mean, hard to go against that. So at this point, it's like 2 rounds for Connor, third round for Nate. Here we are in the fourth.
You know, Nate, even though I know he's the one that has more energy right now at this point in the fight, also came out with a little bit of a slower pace than what he ended the third with.
He kind of chills a little bit in this round, honestly.
Yeah, and
Ultimately, I think that's what ended up costing him.
it just again gets me thinking the big what if, right? Like, what if he just would have come out that fourth round just with that
Oh,
same energy?
yeah, big jab from Connor. And the teep kick to the body, man. That front kick to the body is nasty. That kind of
It
hurt
looked
him.
like
You
it
could
hurt him a
tell.
little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, goes back to it
See,
right there.
he went to go block it that time.
Yeah. Curled him a little bit, right? Broke his posture.
Yep.
I mean, Connor's much more of a sniper in this round, closer to that first round.
Beautiful
Did
leg
another
kick. That
leg
hurt
kick,
him
right?
too.
Yeah.
You could see it.
And here's Connor walking Nate down.
Yep, Nate on his back foot. Oh, beautiful
Nice
hooks
body
to the
shots.
body there. Jeez. See, this is beautiful work by Connor to come out this fourth.
Yeah. I mean, this is a classic fight, man. God damn. How crazy. This is 6 years ago.
This is one. Really?
2016. 2016.
It's been that long?
And here's
I feel
Connor
so
landing
old.
elbows. Nasty elbows.
Look, there we go. Yeah.
How about
Throwing
this?
a couple combos himself.
They just showed the stats. Nate landed more shots in that third round than Connor had in the first and second combined.
Oh, Nate going for the takedown here.
Yeah.
And great job by Connor there. Again, fighting for the underhooks.
Yeah. D1 Nate Diaz. Known for his
D1 Nate Diaz.
offensive wrestling.
Yeah.
Nice little
Same
knee to the
school
body.
as Damian Maya.
Yeah.
Okay. And look, even here with Nate having him clinch up against the fence, you see Connor still trying to stay active.
Yeah. Nice hooks to the body from Nate. I mean, man, Nate's a damn workhorse in the clinch.
He is.
Nice little hooks. Total strikes 173 for Nate, 130 for Connor at this point. Nice elbow from Connor. framed him
Oh,
up for it.
and Nate responds with an elbow of his own. God, it's such a good fight. I'm so happy we're
Yeah,
watching this again.
it's been a while since I watched it, man.
I say at
Nice
the end
knee to
of
the body from
the
Nate.
fourth round here, we check in with Rich the Casual to see what he thinks so far.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean this was a fight that we had on Rich's list of fights to watch
probably. Yeah.
like a year and a half ago.
Here's Connor putting it on Nate up against the fence. Nate says, "Bring it." Keeps walking forward. Nice hooks from Nate. Big left hand from
Oh
Nate.
man.
Good jab from Nate. And here's Connor exhausted again.
Yep. I feel like it's just deja vu from the first fight, right? When Connor starts getting really tired, Nate lands those long straights, and
Yeah.
you can see Connor kind of take a deep breath after Nate lands.
Yeah. Connor just looks frustrated too that Nate's just able to take his best shots, right? There's a couple times where Connor will land heavy and just look kind of like, God damn it. You know?
Yeah, Nate Diaz's skin on his face already quit,
Yeah.
and it's just giving up and busting open everywhere.
Yeah. Nice combo from Connor there. And a nice
Yep.
sneaky uppercut from Nate.
Look, but then breaking away, then Connor has that two little punch combo there. That was nice too.
Yeah. Nice little back foot left hand from Connor.
Ooh, head movement from Connor. Okay,
Joe Rogan's
maybe
like,
getting his second win.
Yeah.
Second win.
Oh, big left from Connor there. And a nice right hand from Nate. Another big left hand from Connor.
And
Yeah,
look,
this was
Nate has great stamina, right? But he's
yeah.
human as well. And just
Mhm.
in Nate's footwork, I mean, part of it's also probably that right leg's been just chewed apart, man, by that kick. Look at his
Yeah.
thigh, right? But looking a lot more flat-footed too himself.
hmm And here, I mean, Connor did what he needed to do to win this round, right? So this puts him 3 rounds. This is what made almost does a illegal knee there or an illegal kick. But that's ultimately right. Connor takes that round, and that's what the difference maker. That's what makes it now on Nate to get the finish. You know,
Yep.
because at
Yep.
this point it's 3-1 going into the fifth, regardless of. Yeah, crazy man. I hope they do the trilogy. What else is left for either of them? Honestly, I don't want to see Connor get a title shot. We'll talk about
Let's
that after the
just
fight, but
let's just ride off into the sunset. Have a
yeah,
trilogy, make a shit ton of money, ride
make a
off into
bunch
the
of
sunset.
money.
Richard Casual, what do you think so far?
I think that this is strange because I've only seen these guys since the year 2020, 2021. And Will, if you want to pause this so we don't, go into the fifth round while I'm still talking.
Yeah, we'll pause
But
right here.
this has to be every MMA wannabe fan, MMA casuals like idea of what they like about MMA.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Like you guys are like hyper nerdy. Let's count the strikes, and I know how the judging is scored. I know that strikes is more important than damage, and ground control shouldn't really count. Like all that
Backwards.
stuff, throw it all
Yeah.
out the window. You know what
That's
I mean?
okay though. Yeah.
Well, I'm Rich the
Hey,
Casual,
he got
right?
the terms right.
You know,
You got the terms right.
but this is like Nate Diaz kind of has his shoulders slumped a little more forward than most other fighters. He bleeds easily. Conor McGregor has the big tats on his chest. Looks kind of cool, but is smaller, kind of spunky. When the fight was starting up, yeah, he's spunky in comparison. Because Nate, like, I'm like, are these guys in the same weight class? This guy looks so much bigger than
Yeah.
Conor. It might be at other opposite ends of the spectrum of the weight class. And then at the beginning of the fight, like Conor's got his little pose, like his fists out left. I think he's
Fighting Irish, dude.
Yeah.
Fighting
I mean,
Irish.
just all the hallmarks that make you like, oh yeah, I like this. I like the look of this, and it definitely feels like a title fight. And I've watched a few different cards when I've had to fill in on the show, and there are times where like there's always a sense of urgency, but it's like Nate for the most part looks like he's running in for the punishment. That's what I'm enjoying. He's like cornering him against the cage, and Connor like he tried to slip away in the second round a couple times, but for the most part it's like pedal to the metal the whole time. So that's what's pretty fun to watch, and it feels like it's definitely going to climax somehow in this fifth round. So
Coming up, fifth round. Here we go.
yeah, so that's what I
I
got.
like it. Hey, biggest
Casual.
takeaway for me from what Rich said, he said, I'm enjoying it. That's a big win.
Yeah, it's cool. I've never not liked it. It's just I got stuff to do on Saturdays. Got to hunt dragons and stuff.
All right.
Pretty casual said
Classic.
picking D&D over UFC. Teach
Yeah.
your own, you know what I mean?
Everyone's got their 3-letter hobby.
Oh,
All
Nate
right, here
looking
we
so beat up at
go.
this point. Look at that, man.
Flexes for
So
the
vintage
crowd.
Nate. Vintage
Yeah,
Nate.
just bloody.
Can you imagine being there live? Look at that crowd
Would
going
have been
nuts, man.
crazy.
And at this point, props to McGregor. It's the 5th round, man, and it's been a lot of pressure from Nate. Nate comes out with a big left
Yeah,
to start off the
good Nate
round.
kick from Conor. I think Nate came out with more of a sense of urgency in this round than the 4th, right?
Mm-hmm.
Again, Conor just running away, trying to reset because Nate's
That
just
must have been very
constantly
frustrating
coming
for Nate
forward.
too. Very
Yeah,
frustrating for Nate too.
good jab there
Nice
from
jab.
Nate.
And both of
Does a
these
decent
guys,
job of getting inside the hooks there.
when you take a look at their frame, they both have a nice reach
Yeah,
with their arms. So it'd be
Conor's got the
nice to
long
see Nate throw a
arms
little
for
more
the.
jabs.
He's shorter,
Very
right? But
long,
he still has super long arms.
very long. I
Yeah,
want to say it's 78-inch reach. I don't know why I know
I
that.
don't know that,
I
but
don't know why I
maybe.
know that. I got to look it up now. This is gonna bug
Yeah,
me. Or maybe Rich in the background if he can look up
yeah. Conor McGregor's
uh
reach.
Conor McGregor's reach. Yeah.
Nice check there from Nate.
Rich might be telling us he's watching the fight. He's watching the Warriors game right now in the background.
Yeah, man. Conor's exhausted, right? Hands on the hips, walking away.
Yep.
The problem, though, is it is probably frustrating for Nate, but Nate needs to cut it off when stuff like that happens. He's allowing that to happen,
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's just Nate, man. Even
Yeah,
when we saw him
here it
up
is
against
again.
Leon Edwards, right? When Leon Edwards was
Mhm.
doing something similar and walking away, and when he caught Leon, he still walked towards him, his own pace. Very Stockton
Yeah, yeah.
pace. Laid back.
This just in. Conor McGregor, 74-inch reach.
74.
Nate shooting for the takedown in deep. In deep, has both hands clasped, but does not get it. Mike Tyson sitting there cage side next to Dana. David
Standing.
Spade back there. Look at him.
David Spade? Where?
Right behind Dana.
That's not David Spade.
It was David Spade. It's him.
Oh, I see him now. Yeah.
Nate with the flurry and then slaps him at the end of it. Damn. Conor exhausted. I mean,
Look
at
him
that
walking away,
point,
hands on
that's
his hip
like
again.
Nate flips him off.
pointing at him, flips him off.
In
McCarthy
pride,
telling
that's
him
a
come on,
yellow
let's
card.
fight. Hey, McCarthy, come on, dude.
In pride, that's a yellow card. Let's be real.
That's all good though.
As it should be. Conor here trying to land something, but Nate's shelling well. Nice hook to the body there from Conor, though.
And at this point, if you're Conor, you're probably thinking, look, man, my best shot has
Oh.
not taken this guy out. But I
Yeah.
want to just show some activity for the judges.
Just throw something.
Just throw anything, right?
I mean,
Because even
here's
the
Nate
last
again.
combos he threw didn't
Nate's
have very
blasting
much
him up
behind
against-
him.
Yeah. Nice right hook from Nate there. Another one. A big elbow.
Oh, big elbow.
Damn. I mean, Conor looks like he wants out at this point.
Looks up at the clock.
Yeah. 2 minutes left. You look up and
This is,
you're halfway through.
Before they had the clocks around some
the
of the
cage,
corners of
yeah.
the octagon, and it was super obvious when a fighter would be looking at the clock, because they're just
Yeah.
staring up at the jumbotron.
Yeah. Nate shoots in for the double again. Defense from Conor, though. Makes him work, though. Looks at the clock again.
Yep. He probably thought you'd been in there for like a whole 5 minutes. It was just another minute that passed
Yeah.
by.
Man, Conor's face right there just looks like he wants to sleep, and I feel it.
Yeah.
You know?
And look at the head positioning by Nate.
Yeah, so brutal. Nice
Having
uppercut there.
Conor clinched up against the cage, beautiful head positioning,
Yeah.
really making Conor fight for any type of
Air.
transition out of there. Yeah, look at that.
Oh, just barely misses with the big elbow.
Hey, props to Conor too for his chin also, man, in this
Oh,
fight,
yeah.
because he ate some big shots.
Conor's always had a
in
pretty good chin, man.
the first fight against Nate, not sure how much that was. How much of that
Gave
was
up.
his chin versus
Yeah.
him being absolutely exhausted and essentially throwing in the towel, right? Oh,
Nate
takedown
or
by
Conor with the takedown. Big left hand from Conor there, too. But Nate back up and pummels around, turns him. I mean, you
Looked
could
at the
see
clock
right there,
again.
the head position. When he looked at the clock, his jaw was like off to the side. That's nasty head position, man.
Goldie saying one of the best fights in MMA history. I'd have to
One of,
agree.
one of the biggest fights of MMA history. Shout
Oh
out
man, I
Goldie.
should probably turn it up.
What a legend. Right hands
Oh,
from Nate, just peppering him up against the cage. Nice
and
trip from
takedown.
Nate. Beautiful.
What a way to end the round.
Yeah.
I mean,
Big
you got to give this
shots.
one to Nate, right?
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, he
Clear
ends it with the
round for
ground and
Nate.
pound. So clear round for Nate in the
Helps him
third.
up. Nate helps him
Clear round
up.
for Nate in the
They're laughing with
fifth.
each other. I mean, that's how you earn each other's respect, right?
Oh
You're
yeah,
gonna respect each other after that.
you just go to absolute war for 5 rounds.
Yeah, they talk a bunch of shit about each other now, but that's just a constant sell the fight just in case it ever happens because you know they respect each other. You
They have
know
to.
it.
How can you not?
Yeah, you know they do. I mean, the crazy thing about this is, yeah, I mean, Connor wins round 1, 2, and 4, but Nate clearly won round 3 and 5. In the UFC, this was a very controversial decision because at the end of the fight, you feel like Connor just got his ass beat pretty bad.
Mm,
A lot of people were like, Nate won that fight. Connor got his ass beat. But that's not really how the scoring works, you know?
yep.
So on a points basis, round by round, 10-9 must, it's a Connor win, you know, in my
Yep.
opinion.
Then,
If this
then
were,
the question, right? The third round, like you said, you score that at 10-8, and if that would have been scored at 10-8 round,
yeah,
we might have
I
had a
mean,
draw in our hands. Can
because
you
Connor didn't really do
imagine?
anything.
Oh my god, if this
Yeah,
would have ended in a draw,
I know. Crazy. It would have been wild.
the biggest trilogy in the history
Yeah.
of all sports.
Of all sports. The
Of
biggest
all
event in
sports.
sporting history. Richard Perez, what a legend.
I know, dude. Look at him.
Yeah.
What a ride or
And
die, right? For the Diaz brothers, Richard Perez.
yeah. Well, for Nate. Not so much Nate.
Oh yeah.
But there's some drama there. But
Oh, they have drama now.
if, a little bit. I think
Oh, that sucks.
they've kind of recouped. But if this were in Pride or ONE FC or one of those organizations, Connor knows, great fucking fight. But if this were one of those organizations that score it as a whole rather than round by round, probably a Nate win, but it's
Maybe.
not. It's not.
And man, again, Nate saying that he ate those shots without a problem and kind of let himself fall. If that really was a strategy, I'm just saying
Terrible
that's a big
strategy.
if. Terrible strategy, man.
You do that
Terrible.
once. You do that once. Once you
Yeah,
realize that he's not going to come in, all right, cool, I'm not doing that anymore.
yeah,
So
yeah.
just giving up
Let's
rounds.
not do it twice again in the
Yeah.
second round. Look at Nate punching himself over there when he's waiting for the
What a
decision
classic
to be
fight,
called out.
dude. Goldie losing his voice. Did you hear that?
Yep.
Going
I
to the
mean, just by
judges'
looking at both
scorecards.
their faces right now, just damage.
48-47 Connor. 47-47.
And then
Honestly,
the last
man,
one, 48-47.
47-47 is probably the right scorecard.
It probably who was
In
that? I wonder who
hindsight,
that
right?
was.
Yeah, in hindsight, that's probably the right scorecard.
Yep.
Like you said, back in 2016, 10-8, you had to murder somebody to get a 10-8. But,
What a
man,
fight, man.
classic fight.
I'm gonna make it a point to watch this fight again here in like another year.
It's one of those ones that you should always kind of go back and rewatch, right?
Yep.
Because it is incredible.
It is. It is. So we were talking about Nick Diaz, right? Is that what we were talking about? Him wanting to come back and fight
Yeah.
Usman. I
Mhm.
really don't think that's gonna happen.
No.
Right? I mean, it just wouldn't make any sense. As much as I love Nick, and you being a huge Nick fan, even you're
Yeah.
saying wouldn't make any sense.
Well, it's not. I don't even think it's. No one's ever gonna even consider that.
Yeah. So
So Glenn Trowbridge scored it a draw, 47-47.
Glenn Trowbridge,
Trowbridge.
Trowbridge,
Yeah.
Trowbridge. Okay.
But
Well, yeah, I feel like you got it right.
I think so too. I think that's probably the most logical scorecard. Because I mean, like I said, Connor didn't do anything in that third. But then it's like, all right, but he dropped him in the first 2 rounds. Are those 10-8s? You could argue that too. Second round, probably not, because the second half of that round was a very clear first half Conor, second half Nate. The first round, I mean, the first round you could argue is a 10-8, honestly. Nowadays,
Really think
all the
so?
leg kicks. Dude, I mean, you can't have a round like that first round where it's just Conor landing massive leg kicks, heavy jabs, drops him once with the left, big left hands. You cannot score that the same as the fourth round in this fight. They should
Yeah.
not equal the same. The fourth round's
No.
way closer. So it's like I'm all in favor of 10-8 rounds for I think close rounds should be 10-9, decisive rounds should be 10-8s. It's just that simple. Because a close round, if me and you are striking and we both jab each other 10 times, but one of those jabs from you was real stiff and it knocked me on my back foot, that's a 10-9 round for you.
10-9.
But if we do 10 jabs back to back and I drop you with one, or maybe two, a couple big shots, but it's a clear round, maybe I jab you 10 times, you jab me 5 times, and I stumble you once, how are you going to score that the same? You know? If it's close, 10-9 round for whoever edged it. A 10-9 should be you edged that round out, you know?
Man, I don't know. I still like those examples you use right now, right? 10 jabs, I land 5, you land 10, and one of them knocks me back. Like, yeah, it's not the exact same as like that the fourth round. But is it enough to really score it at 10-8?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. And then it's like, do we even, I mean, I think we ditched the 10-9 must, the 10-point must system. It just doesn't make any sense for MMA, because with 5 minutes, it's just too, you need a more granular scoring system for 5-minute rounds, you know? Makes sense for boxing, you know, it's short. You only have to worry about punches. There's no kicks, there's no takedowns, there's no submission attempts. But we need something more granular.
Man, I almost think that like at this point we're so far into, and I know it's still fairly new sport. When did it start? 95. Was it
93, I
right?
think.
So,
I
you
don't
know,
know.
we're taking a look at what 15 years, 16 years, somewhere around there. We might be so
Was
far
that
into the
25
sport,
already?
huh?
It's 2022, man. It's not 15 years ago.
Oh, that's right. Shit, what am I thinking? What year am I in?
Yeah,
But
because
no,
they've
just
had the
thinking about
25th anniversary.
how far they are into it at this point in time that there's just no way that they can change the scoring system at this point.
It would have to be
A new league.
it'd have to be a new league, exactly. Because
It had to be a new league.
Pride had a different scoring system. ONE FC has a different scoring system already. So I mean, it's doable. It's just not going to happen with the UFC, I don't think.
Yeah.
And honestly, we're so young in the sport that I would not be surprised if another organization comes out and the UFC is remembered as the organization that got the ball rolling, and then the big boys kind of came in. I would not be surprised.
Kind of like you know, the NFC and the AFL, you know, merging and creating the NFL. Maybe
Oh, did
we'll
that
see something
happen?
like that later on down the road. Oh man, never mind. I'll use a different example when I
I mean,
can't
that
think of
already
another one.
happened with WEC and Strikeforce.
Yeah. Well, yeah, true. True. So maybe
Yeah,
this happens later on down the road with another big organization, you know?
yeah.
We'll see.
But Nate's got one fight left on his deal. Connor's talking about a title shot. He hasn't won a fight in fucking 5 years or something like that. Does not deserve a title shot. Was this his last win at 155? Or this was 170? I hate that we call
170.
this a welterweight fight. I fucking hate that. But yeah, I mean,
I mean,
you
his
just do
last
this
win
fight.
at 155 was against Eddie Alvarez, wasn't it?
I mean, and they're thinking about giving him a title shot.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's
Yeah.
crazy. I don't know. But man,
Just give him
fun
Nate.
fight.
Fun fights. We're here
Fun
for fun
fight.
fights.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Nate trilogy, and again, they both make a ton of money,
Yeah.
and they ride off into the sunset.
Yeah. Connor will stick around, I think, after that. Nate can do whatever he wants at that point. But
Dude, the crazy thing is, it's still a very interesting fight because, again, this fight was 6 years ago, right? 6 years ago, and I think that they're both different fighters. They've both slowed down a little bit,
Yeah.
right? Connor's definitely been off in little escapades, getting into trouble
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So I don't know how much focus has really been into fighting.
Mhm.
And again, Nate is 6 years older, dude. So
Yeah.
I just
And
wonder
taking
how it
more
would turn out.
damage.
It has taken a lot more damage.
Yeah. Masvidal
So
and Leon both did some
we'll
damage.
see.
That was fun though. It's been a while
It
since I
was.
rewatched that. We should do that more often.
Yeah, for sure.
Episodes like this, if
And
people like
we'll
them.
continue. We'll continue putting up polls and stuff like that too to see what it is that folks want to see and what they want us to record now. And just wondering if I'm wondering if there's any way that we can get some like kind of clips thrown in there too, without YouTube kind of shutting us down.
Yeah, I
Yeah, I don't know. It's
It's
hard.
sketchy, man. There's no dip your toe in that water. You know,
True.
you put it up and it's either good or it's not.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, don't want to risk it.
Yeah, be nice though.
All right.
Someday.
Rich, hopefully you enjoyed
Cool.
the fight too, Rich, casual. I don't know.
Yeah, I was hoping there'd be a knockout, but I mean, can't win them all, I
Mr.
guess.
Casual.
Hey,
Hey,
speaking
gotta-
like a true casual, he's
gotta
like, you know
live-
what?
gotta
It was
live
a
up to
war,
the name,
but
dog.
there's no knockout.
It's like a sentence without an exclamation point at the end of it.
It's like getting blue balled, I guess.
And then he's
and
gone.
he drops the mic and he's gone. All right. Well, everybody, thanks
Cool.
again for watching this episode. Hopefully, it was somewhat entertaining for
Yeah.
everybody. Again, follow us, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Goes a long way. Leave comments. Join us when we go live. For the most part, we go live on Sundays.
Yeah.
Usually.
We'll be live next Sunday. There's an event.
Yeah.
We'll be good.
Yeah. And Spotify, Breaker, Podcast, Radio Public, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Anchor FM, anywhere podcasts are found, and then social media as well.
Yeah. At Story of the Fight on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Reddit, YouTube, everywhere.
That's it.
Cool. That was
Awesome,
fun.
everybody. Thanks for watching the, I guess, old school retro fight companion.
Classic
I don't know.
rewatch?
Classic rewatch. Is that what we call this episode?
We'll see.
Classic
Maybe
rewatch fight companion. That's a mouthful.
HLB Comer will put something in the comments with like a perfect name for it.
Everybody, thanks for watching the special episode of Story of the Fight, everybody.